So, hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this game of Stellaris, where we are going to be playing some Overlord. And as I was just telling the stream, the hotfix has just come out, which should still be save compatible. We always recommend starting new games, but I'm going to go against the official recommendations because I'm quite enjoying this game. So we are currently Ovdal Tungr. We have Authoritarian, Xenophile, and Militarist. We have the Naval Contractors Civic, which will allow us to get 2 additional mercenary enclaves, and we are also a Mastercraft inclusive, which means that we are incorporated, which means that we get artisans. We get artificers instead of artisans that consume. Wait, they don't consume anything. They must do. But they produce consumer goods, trade value, and also engineering research instead of just the consumer goods, which I think regular artisans do, which is rather nice. And then the other thing that we have is a bonkers amount of colonies, considering how big we are. Oh, right, the other thing that we should probably talk about are the species, because we are alpine preference, we like the mountains, we are cave dwellers, so we are subterranean. And this is part of the reason why we can have so many planets, because the minimum habitability rating is 50%, which is really good. Then we are strong, army damage and worker pop output, and then we are also resilient, which means our defensive armies are stronger, because we are the Copper Dwarves, we are the Boat Dwarves, we are Ovdal Tungr. Mastercrafters is a really strong civic, wouldn't be surprised if it gets a bit of a nerf. I mean, it's been around a while, that's not one of the new ones if I remember. I think that's from the previous DLC. Had this game for PS4, was there new stuff for it? There's a whole bunch of new stuff for this game, like, it's a Paradox game, it's constantly evolving. And last Thursday, Overlord released, which completely overhauled how vassals and subjugation and things like that work. So that is something that I'm hoping that we will get access to at some point. Right, so who are our neighbours? I need to remember who the heck these guys are. So we've got the Tabazoid Commonwealth over here, whom are suspicious. We don't particularly... Neutral relations, just, you know, minus 229 relations. But it's neutral, it's fine. It's just minus 229. Then we also have these guys over here who are currently under occupation by somebody, so we don't actually know who they are currently. We have a bunch of places, we have a bunch of available jobs. Amenities in a few places is looking kind of bad, or rather it's looking bad in our capital, but all of our colonies should have amenity automation turned on. They don't. Right, that's something I need to fix. I wish there was a selectable button. That might be something I need to say, hey, can we have a selectable button? Okay, so now that amenities are automated, and what this does is it will basically mean that the computer will automatically assign people to the amenities jobs, and will basically prioritise or deprioritise them as necessary. However, we may still need to build something here in Ovdal Tungr, which I think honestly is going to be another commercial zone, although we have got available jobs at the moment, which are clerks, so there's no point building another of those buildings, which is probably why we haven't. And we have hostile fleets in... oh yeah, these are the plant routes? Yeah, Mother Tree Protector, which we've not been able to beat yet because our fleet is only 500 strength and that's 1,100. So that is basically what we're trying to do at the moment, is trying to increase the strength of our fleets. Mystery Potato coming in with a 26-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that support, Mystery Potato. And then Sandrock coming in with a 30-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that, Sandrock. And also, that is a tier 2. Thank you so much for that support. Appreciate it. Oops. Dropping tea bags back into tea. That is not what I wanted to do. Really thirsty all over a sudden. What's the leftmost alert? I think that is... yeah, low colony automation stockpile. Colonies with automated development are low on resources. So that is either low minerals to build buildings, or Low population, more likely. Or else it's saying that they need to start building stuff because of this. So yeah, every clerk produces 2 amenities, so having just one more clerk will solve this, so I just need population. Is basically what that is telling me. One of your runs got bugged because of the fix, you had to start over, that sucks. Hotfix was great, but maybe it shows a bit more playtesting. Maybe a beta before pushing release. So apparently what happened with that is right before the code freeze, which is basically where everything gets locked, ready to be pushed to Steam, they tweaked a bunch of things which didn't get tested properly. And Stephen, who is the game director, has realised that. Still need to try to let the plant optimization do something in my game. It's been rubbish for so long. I'm trying to just do it myself. Yeah, I mean, I like micromanaging stuff. I like doing all of that myself. But there are just 1 or 2 things which I frankly don't care about, like amenities. Just, if you want to do it yourself, do it yourself. Is it fully efficient? Probably not, but do it yourself. As long as we don't get revolts going on, it's fine. Which incidentally was hilarious during the... Oh, was it? Yeah, it was the Monday stream. So, live content were like, hey, we know you're new here. If you don't want to do the Stellaris stream on Monday, you don't have to, despite the fact I did the release stream. But I was like, no, you know what? I think that we need somebody to stand up and face the music, because people are a bit unhappy about Overlord, and I think that we need to kind of show that we're not afraid to defend it. Because, like I said, I think it's a really good DLC. Just had a couple of issues when it released. So I did that release stream, and during it I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to show off the new situation system, and then boom, revolt. I was like, yes, totally not planned, but it worked. Because that's one of the new systems, are situations, which are escalating events basically, like revolts and revolutions, which is actually one of the pieces of feedback we've had. A lot of people don't understand how those work properly. Okay, we have a bunch of minerals. Do we have influence? We have influence. Am I saving influence for anything? I don't think so. I think I'm going to go and take this just because there's so many resources there. And naval capacity is way low, so I think that I can also go ahead. When do I get access to destroyers? Not yet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and boost my fleet strength to 20 because I want to see if I can beat those enemy vessels. So that is what I'm going to aim for.
Special project is finished.
Amoebas pacified, temporarily refraining from venting certain emissions from our vessel's reactor cores in the immediate vicinity of the space amoeba flux seems to be enough to not arouse their ire. With a new protocol in place, they no longer pose a threat, and we have been able to study them in close range. Ah, so that was these guys. Okay, so they no longer hate me. Alright, well in that case, I don't need to be building these extra ships. So I'm going to save my resources. Oh, did you already finish the one that I ordered? I think you did. Alright, that's fine. Our efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the new aliens has paid off, and we have finally made a breakthrough. While our mastery of their language may not be complete, we have managed to successfully open diplomatic channels with a civilization who are now known as the Sacrosanct Yaxkalok Sovereignty.
We are being contacted by aliens.
Shepherd and the rest of the religious council bids you greetings. We provide spiritual guidance of the Sacrosanct Sovereignty, and our stated goal is to lead our great nation on the path to salvation. Do not cross this path, and we may live in friendship. Authoritarian fanatic spiritualist. Now, I don't think we actually have anything against them. We are also authoritarian, and we are not materialist. Love is friendship set to music. Okay, so we met those guys, that's cool. Are there any other first contacts to do? No. Scientist is present, we need a science ship available here. What are you doing? You're assisting research? Nah. Oh, you're assisting research because at the time we had nothing better for you to do. Right. The two techs I'd like to see buffed are Chemical Bliss and Gene Warriors, which are charitably
RP techs, but in reality are underpowered and there's no gameplay reason to take them, so in your opinion every tech should have both world building and gameplay reason to exist. Gene Warriors are better though, they're like super soldiers, aren't they? I was using Gene Warriors in my Aquatics game. Fairly sure. I'm just going to go and get a pillow for my back because this chair is like slanted at 45 degrees and it's horrible for long term sitting. Back a sec. Yep, sorry, muted myself when I went. So what I was saying is, before pillow, back is back here. With pillow, it's up here. Need that extra support. Doing a very quiet AMSL stream. So what was I saying? I was going to go and hunt down the Hunter Space Amoebas here. 560 strength. We're currently at 531, so it's not going to take us too many more ships to get up to that. And we are also in the process of building the Aphris system base. The latest sensory regions from Nagan showed the star pulsing regularly, but when the crew on the Kubik arrived on site there was no evidence to support this data. While most of the crew are in agreement that the anomaly was caused by a sensory malfunction, Science Officer Bussy discards this theory. Bussy claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy emission patterns elsewhere and now fears that something strange is happening to the galaxy's stars. They have charted the course to the nearest effective star. Must get to the bottom of this.
There is new information in the situation log.
Now, is this one that we can actually get to? The key is broken. Thank you. It's out here, which unfortunately right now is not one of the ones I can get to. Actually, that's not true. I can get to you with him. Let's do that. Combat 1. Did they just go hostile again? Borders closed. These guys closed the borders with me. I think I will probably reciprocate. I already did. Alright, carry on. You can get another module, which I think was going to be the target uplink. Need a couple more alloys for that. I think generally I could just do with more alloys. What about a standing desk? So at the moment I'm in a hotel, so that's not possible at the moment. And my desk is probably 1.5 laptops in size. It's very small.
We grow ever stronger.
Like seriously, I don't think I've ever seen a smaller desk than this. This is like a glorified coffee table. And even then, not particularly glorified. Squirrel Kisser, thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support. Thank you. Alright, construction ship is finished. You can go and get this energy. Because that's my energy. Let's go ahead and build those research stations. And we have hostiles in the north. Yeah, this is the place that we're building our defences, and I think that's right. 600 combat strength. So now I think we can probably go ahead and move. Did we finish researching coil guns? No, it's still a ways away. We should be able to take these guys out now. Go. Attempts to scan the object in high-speed orbit of the planet have been unsuccessful. The object quickly falls below the horizon and the CDV's instruments are simply unable to keep up. While the gravitational pull is strong, that alone does little to explain the object's extreme momentum. Either the object itself possesses some extraordinary properties, or there is some gravitational phenomenon at work here. The object's velocity appears to be increasing over time, and Science Officer Vavis suspects there may be soon to be thrown out of orbit, even without outside information. So we could try to slow it down. We try to stop it. We just move away. We'll try to slow it down. I don't think I want to stop it completely.
We grow ever stronger.
Okay, I am having some food issues. That's because we just got so many colonies. We're not able to designate them for anything. And also our population growth right now is going to be really slow. Because a lot of the population that we should be gaining here is actually just leaving. So that the colonies can grow faster, which is fine. We need you to get to 10 pops. You currently have 3. Alright. Speed Demon halted. The drone successfully intercepted the unknown object's orbit. By latching onto the object and then thrusting in reverse little by little, the drone eventually was able to direct it to the ZDVF for retrieval. The object looks to be some sort of box, constructed of alien material. Vein-like ridges meander along the sides, congregating at the top in some sort of sphere-shaped mechanism. We can only guess at the contents. So we can open it. We can study it. We can just get rid of it. No,
There is new information in the situation log.
Go ahead and chuck in some physics research on that. Can I build gene clinics? No, not yet. We're still super early. Like, this is only 2020, 22, 23. I was like, 2023? This is next year. No. It's 101 years from now. The wreckage of what must have been a major First League naval base has been detected in orbit around Sucrias 1. We know the League maintained a massive fleet called the Grand Navy to combat piracy and safeguard member nations from external aggressors. This particular outpost appears to have provided berthing for one of their Rimworld patrol fleets. Remarkable.
There is new information in the situation log.
Research the alien base. Oh, that's the box. Pulsating stars. Ah, why is my E key so broken? So it's there. Which is where you're flying to once you're done scavenging this place. Oh, there's 2 planets here. We should definitely try to get a outpost here if we can. Or here. Especially here. That's going to be a long way away though. And here. The puzzling polygon. The cubic crew has recovered the reflective polygonal object near to the planet, bringing it on board for detailed study. The object's most intriguing quality is its ability to reflect most types of low-frequency energy beams directed towards it. High-frequency energy beams, however, remain unaffected, making the object's properties useless with regards to any potential fleet defense applications. Despite extensive examination, the cubic research team has been unable to determine the function or origin of this peculiar polygon. It appears hollow, but its metalloid surface is engraved with some kind of scientific notation. Though the full meaning of this codified data eludes us, Bussy believes it relates to wormhole metrics. Our research team was able to glean some fascinating insights into wormhole theory by studying these notations. Whatever purpose this object was created for, however, is still a mystery. Curious indeed, but we did just get 600 science research, which is going to make it much quicker to get the alien box study finished.
A special project is finished.
Special project completed. After rigorous research, we now understand why the tree summoned those creatures. The tree is able to produce a highly nutritious substance which has machine-like abilities to repair organic tissue. The tree is the tree of life. If we harvested it, we could expand the lifespan of our people, but there is one problem. The tree's healing power is in limited amount. We could only use it to improve a small group of people's life substantially, or increase everybody's in situation by a small amount. So we can give it to the leaders, give it to the people. We'll let the tree just drift along. No, we're going to give this to our leaders, because leader lifespan is amazing. Abandoned amusement park. The structures on Sekias 3s are not as old as we once believed. It seems to be a playground or an amusement park of some sort. Intriguing.
We grow ever stronger.
Never really considered Dayton Stellaris to be Earth-related, probably because I never play as the humans. I think it's meant to be Earth-related, but it's also just kind of a time frame. This game basically assumes that all of the playable sentient races evolve at the same rate. At least that's what I understand. We become space dwarfs next year. 2023 is already looking bright. Caphrolite asteroid. Though it is difficult to accept, all indications point towards the asteroid being a coprolite, a piece of fossilized feces of some kind of massive life form. It appears to be almost 1 billion years old, and much of the fossil's original organic composition has been replaced by mineral deposits. Our scientists are baffled as to what kind of creature could have produced something like this. It does gain us a bunch of science, though. Apparently it is a very good source of research for anthropologists. Not a specialisation I think I would ever like to find myself in, though. Okay, so you have scienced all of that. Ships are still on their way, slowly but surely. I haven't finished constructing there, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just try to inch my way out here as far as I can. And these are the sovereignty. And I have actually got an envoy free. So the Dwarves concern are much weaker than we are. Purification, that's purifiers, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh, they're a vassal? Huzzah! I really need to beat this guy. I need to get to this area. And you finished researching Sekdir, so I'm going to say go ahead and come back to Ovdal Tungr and continue assisting the research here. How's Kanzad doing? I mean, it's doing stuff. How are you in Industrial World? I thought you needed... Oh! Oh, I guess it's at 5 pops that you become a world as opposed to a colony. I thought that was dependent on the reassembled ship shelter, but apparently not. Okay, that's good to know. Geothermal. The measured pounding observed from orbit is the motion of an immense ancient geothermal extractor breathing their last. Built and then abandoned at some point during the distant past, the vast batteries of disintegrating machinery have been pumping up superheated fluids from the planet's core ever since. Their storage capacitors are all broken or leaking, but some energy can still be siphoned off of them. 2,000 energy. Yeah, it can. And then also a bunch more Science! Faction founded. A new faction has been gaining traction in the internal political landscape. Led by Plutarch Afrojakon, they call themselves the Academy of Scientific Ascendancy. He's literally on it. He's got a few. Not a huge amount of support though. Can I make a new route from Gulan to Pulkor? If I had the technology for hyperlanes, sure. I don't. Again, early game. After mentioning a pizza, I made myself tea and 2 toasts. I'm probably at breakfast yet. Made sure to follow Mordred's guide that he released on the 1st of April. Haha! April Fools! Haha, that's a bad type of tea. Na 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 na. Happy Saturday, Mordred. Hey, Miss Darney. And you're still doing your thing. I think at the moment I kind of just want to save the alloys for expanding. Oh, Pulkor's gone. Well, okay.
Huzzah!
So I can now get through here. Well, in that case... I mean, you're already on your way, so we'll get there eventually. Alex the First, thank you very much for the 7-month Prime resub. Very much appreciate that.